We got a private scrimmage on Saturday, which we're looking forward to, participating in. It's time for us to play somebody else. I mean, even for myself, there's only so much you can keep, I love practice, but at some point we need to see what's working, what's not working, where everybody in our gym knows what plays that we're doing since everybody knows what we're doing, so they can kind of sniff it out. So it gives us an opportunity to play against another opponent that doesn't know what we're doing. We don't know what they're doing, but it allows us to see some things that we're good at and not good at, and then go from there. The second part of that is I will play everybody on Saturday. Everybody will play. I'm not treating this like a normal game, as in terms of win-loss, because I'm going to play everybody, play different substitution patterns, try to play different groups. We're not playing a normal 40-minute game. We're going to, and just to give you some of the particulars, I think I'm allowed to talk about the particulars, not the opponent, but just we'll do game live game situations, different 3 minutes to go, 4 minutes to go, 2 minutes to go, where we're up, they're up, we're up, those type of things. We'll do quarters, so we work on, maybe instead of doing two 20-minute halves, we'll do different quarters, like 10-minute quarters, and then we're really working on the timeouts. Like, we got to practice timeouts, because the new rule is on the second horn, if you're not in play, ready to play, whether it's a 30-second timeout or a 60-second timeout, in the second horn, it's an automatic delay of game. The second time you're assessed a technical foul. And they said they could tech a team 5 times if they're not ready to play by the time they end the game. It's not a personal foul. It's not an unsportsmanlike conduct foul. It's a Class B penalty. So that will be interesting. By the second horn, you have to be ready and play. And it's no longer they put the ball in bounds and let the other opponent play or let you play. So it'll give us a chance to work on just on that, getting out of the huddle quickly. We'll work on man and zone segments just to be able to work both offensively and defensively, and then we'll go from there. And all freshmen are allowed to play both this game and the exhibition before you have to decide anything regarding are you going to redshirt anybody. So we don't have to make that decision right now. We'll be able to play everybody in this game. So we're looking forward to it, and we'll have a better gauge on our squad after Saturday. And I will play a lot of the freshmen because they really don't have the game experience. The team that we're playing is an older team that's got veteran guys, so it will be good for our freshmen to get a lot of time in a high-level situation to play against them, and we'll go from there. Kedron, right now he's scheduled to play on Saturday, so still day by day, nothing's changed on that, but right now he's scheduled to play for Saturday.
Anything you want to see specifically, whether it's low turnover?
Jason, we focused on 4 things all year, and you know that. You've seen us enough that, valuing the basketball, which is, not the terminology of don't turn it over, because I don't want us to have that mentality, don't turn it over. I want us to play aggressive, but make sound decisions. Just hit the open man. Don't need to make a home run. Get the hockey assist. You don't have to be the assist guy. But we spent a lot of time on sureness drills, making sure that we're taking care of the ball and just really valuing that sucker. And then the second one is playing with great pace, both ends of the floor. We have to play faster. We didn't play fast enough last year. We weren't good in transition offense. Third part is we got to be better. We were not good last year in transition defense. It hurt us defensively. And we have to be great in transition defense so we don't get ourselves in a scramble mode, or full rotation, because without, last couple of years here, we've had some really good shot blockers in the back to protect us. And we lost the 4th best shot blocker in the country. So we can't afford ourselves to be in that position. 1, due to fouls, but 2, we might not have that shot blocker behind us. So we've got to really keep the floor compact, shrink the floor, and not get ourselves in scramble or full rotations.
You've played several of these scrimmages now. How much have they helped you as compared to what you would get out of a second exhibition?
Well. They've helped because you get to kind of see where you really are, and you can organize it in a structure of a way where you can put it where it's beneficial for both coaches, both programs. So situations, stuff like that, where you're not able to do in a live game, so you can practice on different things like that. And what we'll do is each quarter we'll start to score over. So we're going to treat each last 2 minutes of each quarter. We might play 6 quarters, 7, and just treat each last 2 minutes as that's, the score could be 6-5, but that's what we're treating it as the last 2 minutes of a game, and that's what we're playing it as win-loss situation. And that way, everybody on our team gets to go through a time and score situation. It's not just, we can see everybody in those situations and allow them to learn in that type of environment.
Are you allowed to mention your opponent? And if so, how did this whole game then come about with this particular opponent?
Yeah, I can't mention the opponent because of the rules. But the game just came about is we were looking for a team that we felt was in. We knew we were young, and we wanted to look for a team that was a little bit older. And we felt that that allowed us to, get experience against a team that's going to be good and that has a lot of returning guys, and that's kind of how we targeted the team that we were playing.
You playing under the new rules and
all new rules
on the shot clock?
I think the shot clock. I think we'll play all under the new rules, and the shot clock will be such that I think it decreases scoring, doesn't increase it. I think 2 things. One is I think it's advantage defense. I think the teams that pack it in, because you got to remember there's 2 things. To increase scoring, you got to have a defensive 3 seconds. You got to have a defensive 3 seconds. As long as you can sit someone in the paint, it just, you're not going to have the separation that you need to be able to score that they want the amount of scoring. And the second part is, look. They're all talking about the increased scoring in the NBA. Well, yeah. Did you watch the Grizzlies and Cavs last night? I mean, some of those shots those guys make are just, they're the best in the world. I mean, everyone in college has got really good college players, but what, 20 of the 365 teams are probably going to, 20 of those guys total are going to be first-round picks. The other 10 are going to be from international. So the reality of it is it could end up being where you're taking a lot of bad shots or forced shots. I think any increase in scoring is going to come from the foul line based on how they say they're going to call the game. And they say, at a media day, Jeff Lebo from East Carolina said they had a scrimmage and they had 68 fouls in their scrimmage called. Based on that, and the referees in the NC2A have said that they are going to stick with this. It's going to be a 2-year process. I guess Jay Billis has done a commercial for during. To tell the fans this, you're going to have to, deal with this, that it's going to take a step back to go 2 steps forward, and that the game could be a little ugly, the calls, but we're not changing on this. We're all invested in this, and we'll see how that goes as we move forward.
You said you're going to play a lot of the freshmen. Do you look at your older guys, Keidron, Shaq, Avery, to kind of see how they respond in situations like this? And have they shown the kind of leadership qualities that you would hope that they would?
Yeah, and those guys have done a nice job. Again, they've played. Avery started, Keidron has started, Shaq has started, Ricky has started. Markel has played a lot of minutes. All those guys have played. It's just the freshmen have not played any minutes against high-caliber Division I talent. So they need the experience because of our non-conference schedule. We don't have room to. A margin of error just to kind of wait and let them come along. We got to be ready to go, because when I get to Lemoyne on the following Friday, I'm not going to play everybody if we're short in a rotation. I hope I can play everybody, that if the score allows it, but if I'm going to go, we're going to tighten our rotation a little bit, however that may be.
Have those guys though shown any kind of, because obviously you're going to need that kind of leadership later on in the season. Have they picked up that role?
Yeah, look, everything's good right now. We haven't subbed. We're 0-0, and I think guys have a chip on their shoulder. I think they're excited for the season. I think everyone's ready to play get on the floor. I'm just telling you, and I've told this to Jason 50,000 times. The whole thing to our team is we got to stay healthy. Our key guys have to stay healthy. There's nothing else to it. Our key guys stay healthy. We're going to have a very successful season. But I just pray that the basketball gods allow us to stay healthy. That is the entire deal with our team. There's nothing else to look at it. It doesn't matter offense, defense. We'll have them ready to go in those areas. Just being healthy is the ultimate key for us. Yeah, with Keidron, look, he could play on Saturday, and all of a sudden on Monday we're sitting here, and he has to get you know, has to go see the doctor again. So I don't know. It's going to be day by day the entire year.
Is it a pain thing with him at
Straight,
this point?
it's straight pain tolerance. And he did have surgery on his shoulder when he was at Vanderbilt.